Kahalal La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and who will learn the truth from, and salutations unto the elect, pushing the truth of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. This title is of the lesson is everyone respects a fighter. You know, we're in a spiritual fight, man, and it weighs down on you heavy, physically. You know, every day is a fight. You know, you're battling spirits, you're battling people. You know, it's a big mental strain, but the Most High likes it that way. The Most High instructs us to fight through it, man. All right, this is Hebrews 10:30. For we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. So Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, it tells you that in, Peter's? Judgment must begin at the house of Israel. He's going to judge the whole world, man. But he's starting within. And how he's chastising us is through the fight, the war. Every day, from when you get up to when you sleep, even in your sleep, you might be battling demons. And it's a strenuous fight, man. But it's so worth it that, you can't compare anything to it, you know. If brothers can recall any time you had a great achievement in your life that you worked for very, very hard, right? You know that all that hard work, all that pain, all that suffering, all that discipline, all that diligence, all the wars that you had to go through to get that reward, man, is not comparable. You don't even think about it. Right? So this is, again, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, but call to remembrance the former days, in which after you were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. You see that? So who's the real Illuminati? It's the men of the Most High, the 144,000 who are chosen, and the 1/3, men, women, and children. We were illuminated, man. Right? We were enlightened. We had that flare. We had that spark. You know, the most important thing, we had the law, statutes, and commandments being kept, man. You know? Slakia. It says, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. I'm going to get this word. Fight. Which is the word athlesis. I could play it.
Strong's G119. Athlesis. Athlesis.
Athlesis, right? Which means to contest, to combat, to strive, struggle. Hard trial, man. You know, so like I was saying, if you feel, not feel slacky, if you know what you went through, you know, in your life, whatever achievement, or even in the truth, man. Because we go through trials and then we rise above if Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai gives us that power. Right? We strive above that. So think about all the hardships and all the things like that you went through. But when you look at the reward, you can't compare it. Right? So again, we're contesting, we're combating, we're striving, we're struggling, we're going through a hard trial. Right? All these words. Right? Slack it down here. Yeah, same thing. Contest and combat. Okay, so back in Hebrews, verse 33. Oh, I can look up the word slakia, afflictions as well, because that's a big part of it. Pathemia, or pathama pronunciation. That which one suffers or has suffered externally, a suffering, misfortune, calamity, evil, affliction of the sufferings of the anointed Yahushua, also the afflictions which Christians must undergo in behalf of the same cause which the anointed patiently endured. You see all those key words? Of an inward state, an affliction, passion, and an enduring, undergoing suffering. And guess what? Yahushai went through depression in his life, right? He went he went through depression, and it tells you he was a man afflicted with sorrow, acquainted with sorrow, Slakia, or griefs. Back to 33. Partly whilst he were made a gazing stock, both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly whilst he became companions of them that were so used. Right, and we are gazing stock, right? People look at us, but the guy that's walking down the street dressed like a woman or dressed like Spider-Man, it's normal. It's just another day at the office, right? We're made a gazing stock mostly by reproaches, though. Like this woman came and then she left a comment on Facebook or whatever about how we were disrespectful and basically talking shit. All right, because she came up in a disrespectful manner. We told her we don't want you to take our picture. Right? If we're talking to someone and the cameraman points the camera at the person we're debating or talking with, and that person says, "Please, I don't want to be on camera." Guess what? We respect his wishes and we don't film him. He's only on audio. He's not on video. Right? But she came up in a disrespectful manner, and that's just part of the reproaches, man. That's just another day at the office. If you can't handle that, all right, you should check the job description, okay? And examine yourself. Verse 34, for ye had compassion of me in my bonds and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and an enduring substance. Cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward, man. And that reward is the sweetest thing in ever. All right, you cannot compare that reward. That reward is just immaculate. Like I said, just recall a great achievement in your life that you struggled for and you worked for. And just think about how it made you feel, man. Hey, whether you're an athlete, whether a musician, a martial artist, you ever been in a fight and then you train hard for that fight? There's nothing like winning, man. Because you worked. It was all you through, of course, we know, the insiders, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You put in that work through that spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So the same thing in His truth. There's a fighter called Ramon Deckers. Man, he has to be a Jake, man. He's a blonde guy, leprosy to scalp and flesh, from Holland. But he's a tough guy, man. He's one of the guys that he went to Thailand and he fought the Thais under their rules and he beat them. He knocked them out. He was knocking them out. He became very popular. Check him out on YouTube. All right. And that's that feeling, man, that reward that you put that in. You're a fighter, man. Everyone respects a fighter. You even had the Russians, the Edomites. They gave citizenship to Roy Jones Jr. because they love him so much. And I met a couple Edomites, like Eastern European around there, and they always say, yeah, we love Roy Jones Jr. He's a very great boxer. We love his style. And the Russians, what they even did, they brought him in, gave him citizenship. And I forget what tournament. Maybe it was it was Golden Gloves. Jones was in. He was in Golden Gloves, and he won the fight. He was supposed to get the Golden Gloves or whatever, right? The first place, but the judges took it from him, and everyone knew it. And then when he was granted citizenship, they gave him that medal or the Golden Gloves or whatever. Relic or whatever token that they give you for the Golden Gloves, but they gave it to him. They said, "Here, this is yours. You won that fight." So they respect him, man, as a fighter. but he's an Israelite. They still look at him like as a slave, of course. But that's, hey man, if you're a fighter, you know, like in the movie King Arthur, the old one, not the new one, from 2005 or six. When the Saxons, the Anglo-Saxons, which were Israelites, right? Because Anglo means angelic, Saxon means son of Isaac, so angelic sons of Isaac, which of course was not Esau, that was Jacob, right? They raided. That was in Britain. They were raiding in Britain, and the Romans had a colony there. You know, I believe starting from Julius Caesar. But this was, I believe, way later, when the Romans had to flee from there, and then you had all those different, the Normans and the Saxons and all those groups come. Shoot, I forget the other one, but that's what happened. And they raided a village, and this dude was selling his own people. He's like, oh, just let me live, whatever, I guess, right? So he was telling them where the next village was or whatever. And the Saxon, the king, right? He's like, why should I trust you? It's like, he said, why should I trust you? He's like, you're a traitor to your own people. You know, if he was a fighter, man, you know, you die with dignity, man. You know, like in ancient Japanese culture, which is Israelites. Okay, the shoguns, the emperors, right? They had a code of honor, man. They had a code of etiquette. All right. So again, my point is that everyone respects a fighter, man. Even the devil. You know, you don't put up a fight. What the hell are you doing, man? You know. Verse 36, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. Right? For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry, which is who? Yahushai. That's all we're waiting for. You know? That's all we're waiting for, man. This thing is so close. The economy is about to collapse. They're going to bring in the chip. There's different situations going to happen with different parts of the world. Race riots, food riots, famines, plagues. But when those missiles get shot off, that's when the end is. That's when the end's here, baby. That's when the end is here. That's when the missiles get shot off. That's when Yahushua is coming back to deliver the elect. Right? Whoever they may be. But guess what? Put up a fight in the meantime. Don't sit on your ass. Put up a fucking fight, man. Now the just, verse 38, now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So if you stop doing the work, if you take a break for 6 months on the highways or a year on the highways, you drew back, man. It tells you that in Luke 9 and was it 62? If any man put his hand to the plow and look and turneth away or looketh back or something to that effect, or taketh his hands off the plow, he's not fit for the kingdom of heaven, man. When have you seen the apostles as the prime examples, man, of men on the earth? A prime example under Yahushua, of course. But when have you seen them take a break? They were on the highways before YouTube. When it was very quiet. After 9/11, you had 2002, 1 year remembrance of 9/11. You know, 2003, 4, 5. You know, it's very quiet. They said, "Oh wow, 5 years, 6 years, we're okay. They're not gonna do anything else." So they look like really crazy people, man. Because that was in the time of peace. That was a good time, man. You had your little things in the stock market and whatnot, but you didn't have what's going on right now. Verse 39, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition. Because if you draw back, where are you going, man? If you draw back from this truth, pushing the truth, where are you going? But of them that believe to the saving of the soul. And I'm also going to bring this up because this is a bad scripture right here. And these things are going to come back, man. Most High is going to ordain certain men to have certain powers. You're going to have mighty men like King David, Joshua, Moses. He was a mighty man. King David's mighty men. The Maccabees. You're going to have some fucking killers, man. And it's not carnal. There's no M16s, there's no grenades, there's no nothing. It's all spiritual power, man. That's all it is. It's spiritual power. That's what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to ordain those men who have been preordained from the foundation of the world. It tells it in Ephesians. Right? This is Hebrews 11. I'm going to start at, this is a bad scripture. You can really start at 1, but I'm kind of short on time. I'm going to start at verse 30. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days, because it tells you that, was it Joshua chapter 7? That's what the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets is all about. It's about the fall of Jericho. Well, you had, I believe, the priests walk around 7 times each day for 7 days, blowing the trumpet, the ram's horns. And on the 7th day, that shit, the defenses fell, man. Most that's the spiritual power. That is the spiritual power, man. By faith, the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. And what shall I say more? And what shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon. That was a very mighty man. I believe he was the tribe of Manasseh. That was a powerful warrior, man, in the time of Judges, in the book of Judges. It was under one of the captivities that Israelites were under. That's a powerful man right there. He said time would fail, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, because prophets were mighty men as well. You had prophets that were mighty men. You had prophets that received dreams, but they were also warriors. King David, he was one of the baddest men on the planet. And he's coming back. He's coming back to rule. Right? It says, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of lions. Man, that's... You people keep thinking, man. You can... Hey, it tells you, Romans, shall the unbelief stop the word of the Most High? You know, of the unfaithful? Shall it stop the word or the will of the Most High? God forbid, man. You know, you don't have to believe. This doesn't work by the amount of... like there was that fucking Christmas movie years ago about Santa Claus, the meter. The more people believed in Santa, the meter would go up and he would fly his fucking reindeer. This is not like that, man. It's not about how you believe and how you feel the world should be in the order of you know, the geopolitics, whatever, man. How structured society is supposed to be. It's not about that. If you don't believe, it doesn't matter. Hey, there's a saying, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. You know? It says, quench the violence of fire, escape the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong. And that's why Paul was in 1 Corinthians 2, I'm not sure the chapter. He even said, through weakness I am made strong. That's how the Lord likes it. He likes you to fight 4, 5, 6 rounds. You're getting outclassed. You might get knocked down. And then all of a sudden, round 9, 10, you come and knock the guy out. The Most High likes it like that. He loves that kind of battle. He loves it, man. But he also loves just tearing shit up too. So don't get it twisted. Wax valiant in fight. See? Turn to flight the armies of the aliens. And again, these are all spiritual things. You know, this is not a carnal battle. This is not a physical battle. We're not gearing up to fight anybody. We are actually, our jobs are peacekeepers, man. We're like Jedi. Remember in Star Wars Episode 1, you have all kinds of classifications. You do have warrior Jedi, but you have counselors. You have peacekeepers. You know, you have all kinds of class. So you know, the men of the Most High, we're just ambassadors. That's all we are. We're messengers. Messengers don't fight. Messengers don't go to war. Messengers don't, you know, act tough or whatever the case is. It says, women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection, reincarnation. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, meaning ripped, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in the dens and caves of the earth. That's some warrior shit, man. That's beyond marine training. That's some mental toughness. That's the point of this lesson. It's a mental struggle, a battle. Okay, keep that in mind always. Again, I want to say Ka Halal, Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai for letting me bring out this lesson. I want to give all praises, of course, to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations unto you brothers out there pushing the truth. May Yahweh Bashim Yahushai increase your faith, increase your fight, increase your willpower. All right, don't give up, man. Keep fighting. You know that reward. Nothing feels better. All right, nothing feels better than that reward when you stand before. If you're worthy to stand before Yahweh Shai, get that pardon, man. You know, the white stone in the book of Revelations. You know, never mind the crown, man. You know, never mind the glory. Just be thankful for being pardoned. You know, for Yahweh Shai to look at you and say, you know what, you're all right, man. You know, all your sins, you know, I forgive you. You know, hey, it tells you in Revelations, man, they're not gonna thirst. Yahushua is gonna wipe away their tears. You know, because it's gonna be a traumatizing experience for everybody, man. Who the fuck has seen missiles being shot off before and experienced that and gone through that? You know. So again, brothers, stay strong. All right, keep fighting. Shalom.